So just when everyone expected smartphone prices to shoot up in 2026, a new leak is suddenly changing the entire conversation around Apple's next big release. Because according to a fresh research note from GF Securities analyst Jeff Pu, one of the most consistent sources when it comes to Apple's supply chain, the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max might deliver something we almost never see anymore: price stability. Yes, you heard that right. Despite rising component costs, global supply chain pressure, and the massive demand for memory driven by AI data centers, Apple is reportedly planning to keep the iPhone 18 Pro lineup priced exactly the same as last year's models. And if this information holds true, it could easily become one of the biggest selling points of Apple's next flagship. Now here's why this is such a big deal. Over the past year, memory production across the industry has increasingly shifted toward powering AI servers and data centers. Companies building massive AI infrastructure are buying up huge volumes of high-performance memory, and that has started to push up prices for consumer electronics. Smartphones, laptops, and even tablets are all feeling the pressure. So naturally, many analysts predicted that 2026 flagship phones would become significantly more expensive, especially premium models like the iPhone Pro series. But according to Jeff Pu's latest supply chain insights, Apple is reportedly working behind the scenes to prevent exactly that. The company is reportedly focused heavily on cost management for the iPhone 18 Pro lineup, and instead of simply passing rising component costs onto consumers, Apple appears to be negotiating aggressively with suppliers to maintain its current pricing structure. One of the biggest areas of concern has been RAM. With memory manufacturers prioritizing AI server demand, the cost of high-performance memory has been volatile, but Pu suggests Apple has already been in discussions with major suppliers like Samsung and SK Hynix to secure more favorable pricing for memory chips. These negotiations are said to be a key part of Apple's strategy to keep overall production costs under control. And Apple isn't stopping there. The report also indicates that the company expects to offset any increases in RAM costs by lowering expenses in other core components. That includes the display, camera modules, and possibly other internal hardware. Apple's scale gives it enormous bargaining power, and by optimizing supply agreements across multiple parts, it can balance out rising costs in one area with savings in another. This kind of supply chain optimization is something Apple has mastered over the years. While many competitors are forced to increase prices when component costs rise, Apple often absorbs or redistributes those costs through long-term contracts, bulk purchasing, and strategic negotiations. And if Jeff Pu's information is accurate, that strategy is once again in full effect for the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max. For consumers, this could be huge. Keeping prices identical to the previous generation while still delivering upgraded hardware would instantly make the iPhone 18 Pro lineup more attractive. In a year where many flagship phones could see price hikes due to memory shortages and AI-driven demand, Apple maintaining stable pricing could give it a serious competitive advantage. Of course, it's still early, and nothing is officially confirmed until Apple steps on stage and announces the devices. But Jeff Pu has built a reputation for reliable Apple supply chain insights, and his reports often align closely with final outcomes. If Apple really does manage to keep pricing unchanged, it would signal a very deliberate strategy: protect demand, maintain momentum, and avoid shocking consumers with higher costs in an already expensive tech market. So, as the smartphone world braces for what could be a year of rising prices, Apple may be preparing to go in the opposite direction. Same price, new hardware, and potentially one of the most consumer-friendly Pro iPhone launches in years. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome tech content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.